Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. Got a package from GAN. A bunch of people have been unboxing this, so you already know what it is, also if you read the description. So this is the new GAN XS. We have, I'm going to assume they might be spare or extra tensioning pieces, but I don't know. There's no other instructions, so I'll just check this out. I've been avoiding watching anyone's videos or checking that, so I can experience it for the first time. Okay, so stickered and stickerless. The stickerless is sort of a matte plastic, what they had in the 2x2 and the Mega Minx. Seems to be some lubricant on the outside. So I'm not always the biggest fan of this sort of matte plastic. It does get a little bit grippier in time. It's not super slick. Yeah, I might have to use some Gorilla Snot to make that grippy. Okay, right off the bat, just that one turn, it feels like a very light GAN. It doesn't feel like something completely different, like it's going to feel like a different company. If you know what a GAN puzzle feels like, this feels like a GAN puzzle. It feels extremely light though. Yeah, compared to like the old 356, it definitely feels very light. Sticker shades are a half bright, so ones they've been using, and these actually match a lot like the 356i. Let's just open this up, actually. Let's do this. So, looks like we have here three different settings. So that is really nice. It's not just one or two, you actually have three settings on here. See, what would be strongest? I think the one closest to the outside. Yes, for sure. The one close to the outside would be the strongest, and then medium and lowest. So it was on the middle tension at the moment. Oh, are they using the old 357 cores? They are. Okay, so I posted a picture a little while ago of a core that I actually found in my garage. Well, it wasn't just randomly in my garage, it was in a box. And it was a core from the old 357. So they used to use, they said nylon core. I just call it plastic. Might technically be nylon, I don't know. They used to use more flexible cores in the 357. Then they went to this much stronger clear one. And then after that, they went to a metal one with the 356. And then they redid the 357, making it the 357 Ultimate, which also had a metal core. So they kind of going back to that, which makes it a lot lighter. The caps have little notches in the middle and not at the corner of it. Well, I guess probably on the corner too. Okay, how does this work? Oh, and there's a dark blue and light blue, so maybe there is a difference between these. This must come with it, so I'm just going to test this out and turn this. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So when I turn this, hopefully that's focused, that you'll see it actually drops. Either it drops down, the blue thing drops up. I think the clear one drops down. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and it snaps back up. So what exactly? Oh, then can you just push the whole thing down? So there's numbers on this blue thing for 1, 2, and 3. You might have to take it out to adjust that. Are there numbers? Are they also 1, 2, and 3 on these other ones? No, 0, 2, and 4. Wait, what? Oh, 0, 1, and 3, then 0, 2, and 4. I think I need to take pieces out and actually check this out because this is very interesting. I don't know if this is how it's going to be lubricated out of the box, but this is a really nice setup. Like, it's a lot of lubrication on it, but it feels really nice. Okay, so yeah, these blue ones can adjust. Well, let's go to 0. I think that'll be able to remove it. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of notches on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did I feel like it was only 4? After I figure out exactly what's going on here, which I probably could just do by watching someone else's video, but that's not how I roll. After that, I'm just going to do a bunch of solves and then come back and talk about this. Okay, it looks like these might be the elasticity of it, the springiness, and 1 being the lightest and 4 being the strongest. That's what it looks like with this, because there's actually indents right on there where this edge part sits in. And, well, actually, 4 would make it sit higher, meaning the elasticity is weaker. So maybe 1 is the strongest. What are all of these on right now? All of these are on 1. Yeah, I can't really push that down too much with everything put together. So it almost looks like you have to take it apart. And then using this giant tool, this pitchfork, is where you'll be able to adjust the tension then overall, not just the springiness. That is what it looks like to me. But yeah, when I saw a thing that said it's a all plastic design, I didn't think they were also including the springs in that, which they're not. But I was wondering if they're going to use the cores they used to. And they certainly are. Let's see if I can get this final center on its own. That'll show if you have to take it apart at all to adjust this. Oh no, okay, you don't have to take it apart. Okay, that's on 3. Okay, the only part that's a little confusing about this is being able to see it. So being able to actually just look at it really easily and make the setting. The numbers are kind of small. I would like to see what they did on the other springs in the past, where they actually had like the GAN logo that had some ink on it or whatever it be. It was just sort of metallic-y silver. Let's reset all of these. So I think for testing, I'm gonna set that one to 3 and see how it feels different. So I need to take these each and push the blue part down. Okay, 1 definitely feels a bit more sluggish. So the higher the number, I'm assuming, the lighter the tension or the springiness. So 4 would be reminiscent of the purple springs, 3 would be blue, 2 would be green, and 1 would be yellow. I'm hoping in the future they might have a way where, you know, you can do all 4 settings without having these extra blue ones, and just have everything adjusted right inside there. Let's just get to some solves. Now that we've kind of figured out what's all in here, I'm just going to do a bunch of solves on both of them, and then kind of do some final thoughts on how this performs, what it is like maybe with that clear core. I'm curious, it's not the exact same as the 357 because it has a different end to it, but I'm wondering if it's the same mold from at least the core part of it. So anyways, see you guys in a little bit. So I've done a bunch of solves, about like 30 or so on here and about 50 on this one. And it took me a little bit of time to dial in the feeling that I like. It's really reminiscent of the feeling of the 357. And I don't mean that in a bad way. So one thing about the core, here's the 357, the old one. Oh, you can't even see the core. There we go. It has pretty much the exact same clear core on it. So it has pretty much the same core, so it has a similar really light feeling. Now what this has at the 357 did not is a more comfortable size, but also a lot of adjustments to it. So the magnets, I like, of course, the strongest magnet, so I set it to that. As far as the blue and the clear adjustment, I'm still a little confused on each one. I think the clear seems to adjust the actual tensioning of it, and the blue adjusts the elasticity. I like 1. I tried 3. I even tried 4. I put in the other ones, and it was a bit too loose. You know, I prefer even the clear springs, which don't even make anymore. As far as the tightness, I turned it all the way, the clear part of it, and it was too tight. It was actually too sluggish for me. So if it's too sluggish for me, that is a good sign that you have a really wide range for everyone. I found what I like most is 1 for the blue, the stronger magnet setting, which is moving them all the way to the outside, and then also for the clear, setting it to about 4. So I said before that there looked to be about 3 settings. Maybe I said 4, but there's actually, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them, not including the just general setting that's reset, and then, yeah, not including the base one. So I guess 6 total. It's really easy to do 2 at once. They're actually really small settings each time. So you have to be really slow and careful with that to set it. But other than that, that's what I like. It's not the tightest, but it's pretty close to it. I did get used to this matte finish. It's actually not super slick now. I think I just got used to it. Some lubricant probably got on the outside. Now it's a little bit, not sticky, but just grippy. I think the big selling point with this is it's a really light puzzle. I feel like I can do a ton of solves and not really get tired. I feel very similar about the 2x2. I've actually been really liking the GAN 351 lately just because it feels really light. The only issue with that is sometimes it feels too light to where when you do turns, it doesn't feel like there's momentum on the outer layers. This doesn't have that issue. The magnets and just the overall structure of it makes it feel really solid. So that's about it. If you're choosing between the SM or the X or the XS, definitely the XS is the way to go because it's the easiest to adjust everything, and I feel like that light feeling is really nice. GAN has kind of come full circle with making the puzzle much lighter again. Even the GAN 3 version 2, the one that was 55 millimeters that came out many years ago, was extremely light. It got a little bit heavier, a little more stable, a little heavier, a little more stable with the GAN 356, and then they've sort of backtracked a little and gone back, and now they're much lighter, a little more flexible, but you have a lot of adjustments to where you can set it to how you want instead of having to, like I did with this, install magnets. And actually, that's kind of all I did. But okay, so thank you very much. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.